Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here at Game Arena, waiting for the group stage to begin as we have Cat 1 against Why Are You Running?
Yeah, it should be in for a real interesting best of three series here.
Yep.
We are moving into best of threes now that we have reached the semifinal stage of the bracket.
Smartest 2 joined by Bump.
Welcome back,
Fellow
Smartest.
caster.
We had a nice little break there, got to grab some food. So we are all ready to give you guys a nice, exciting afternoon of League of Legends.
Absolutely, and this should be a really, really exciting game. So Cat is the current favorite to win with a 3-0 score in their team. We saw just how dominant Five Fire was on Akali last game. And the first game, Jay Young being the MVP with that Thresh, making crucial picks off of those death sentences. And even Japanese Import making a lot of good plays in the jungles. And we saw him run J4, we saw him run Hecarim. Should be interesting to see what he decides to pull out this game.
Yeah, definitely interesting to see what he has in store for us. Would love to see him pull out some new picks even.
Yeah, and I like to see how versatile this team is. They didn't really keep anything the same between their the two games we saw them play. We saw Five Fire being super dominant on the Jace and then being super dominant on Akali. We saw Jay Young doing really, really well on the Thresh and then doing really well on the Morgana. So really curious to see how they pull that off on their end.
Jay Young has definitely been excelling at those skill shot-based champions like the Morgana and the Thresh. So we'll see if we continue to see styles like that from him. I'm definitely interested in those hook style champions.
And for Why Are You Running, we have lots of good players on this roster as well. We were able to watch off stream some of their final game against which team? Gnarly Gnar's team.
Boosted, yeah. No, I'm sorry, not Boosted Animals. It was. Was it Canadian?
Yeah, the Canadians.
Yeah, Canadian and Toledo Alliance.
The Canadians. Unfortunately, we were not able to cast any of their games during the prelims, but luckily we were able to catch some of the game at the end. It was a really good game, but we saw AR actually AFK, showing his dominance on Azir, which was really, really interesting to see. The first game we casted, we got to see Why Are You Running pull out some interesting strats. We saw the TK come out from Dr. Monocle. So curious to see what happens. They're muting you, also pulling out the Hecarim jungle and doing really, really well on that. That was really fun to watch. Game 1, we watched him on the Rengar and did pretty well there. They had a tough time into
It was the Jarvan, I believe.
Thresh. Thresh is what did it.
Yeah, it was just a generally rough game. I think they just got outscaled in that game. And like you mentioned, the Thresh was just so key in that game. He found all of the right hooks. Pretty much all of the enemy champions were magnetic.
Yeah, indeed. So really curious to see what happens here. But I think I'll be very curious to see how the the bans in particular go. I'm hoping both teams did scoutings of each other. I'm expecting to see an Azir ban come down. I'm expecting to see an Akali ban come down. I'm expecting to see Thresh being either picked or banned. What do you think?
Yeah, not surprised if we see the Thresh contested either with picks or bans. Definitely worthy of a first pick because we've seen him just be so strong today. Definitely been a Thresh meta for our tournament today.
It's been a 100% pick rate.
Yeah, we've had, in at least the games we've streamed so far, had a 100%
right. 3 out of 3
pick rate on the Thresh. As we get ready to move into Champion Select shortly, it will be, like you mentioned, we are looking to see those bands like the Akali and the Jace, since they were just so dominant in their performances in the first 2 games.
Yep, and now we have Cat on the blue side, and Why Are You Running on the red side, as Akali gets banned by Cat. The team who showed their prowess on it last game. Perhaps, saying, you know what, we don't want to play it, but we don't want to give it to AR actually AFK, who also plays a lot of Akali. So the Morgana being taken away from Jay Young, the Zyra being taken away from Dr. Monocle, all picks that both teams play really, really well. Dr. Monocle's most played being Zyra right now. The Rek'Sai being taken away from Japanese Import. Rek'Sai being one of those characters that do really, really well, has a really powerful execute ever since the good old retail buffs came in. Curious to see what they choose to ban out here. I'm expecting an Azir ban. But maybe they will be sneaky and Pryo. Oh, no, there it is. The Azir ban comes in. Now, I'm from here, I mean, they have a lot of choices. They can ban the... Oh, yep, Hecarim's a good ban.
Yeah, Hecarim is definitely one of those power picks right now, especially with just how good Conqueror... There we go.
And there's the Thresh Pryo I was expecting.
100% pick rate. Most likely will see this get locked in. There's no reason to hover it and then not lock it in, because you would honestly just be giving it to Dr. Monocle since he plays a lot of that.
Right, no, definitely. So Thresh getting taken away. I'm expecting them to respond here with a Pryo jungle and AD carry pick. So Lucian being hovered right now. They could go for Lucian Braum. Lucian Braum is on the table. It is definitely a strong combination.
Yeah, we also have the Alistar available still, and that is another one of those really strong, really common picks that we see out of Dr. Monocle.
Yeah, they already show the Thresh, so Lucian Braum wouldn't be too bad here. There's the Braum being hovered, and there it is, getting taken away. Least gets insta-locked in.
Insta-locked, and that is, honestly, I believe due to the, according to the OP.GG, the most played champion for Japanese import here, so it'll be very exciting to see him on his comfort pick.
As we see a Vayne being hovered, moving over to Ahri, and the Sivir gets locked in. Sivir is a solid pick into Lucian Braum. I think I like to see the Sivir being picked up from Cat here. Last pick being available for why are you running here. I'm expecting to see a jungle or mid Pryo being picked up here. Could all... Yep. As expected, jungle comes in. Lee Sin, not a pick I was expecting, but I think it can work well for them, especially when you already have the Braum picked up. Whoever Lee Sin can insect will get perma locked down because they have Braum available for them.
Yeah, so much CC coming out of the Braum. It also a lot of early pressure to contest the Elise, which is just one of those ridiculously strong junglers in the first 6 levels.
Yasuo ban coming in, interesting. Perhaps Fire, someone who was obviously, we've seen, very mechanically proficient. That definitely sounds like a character you don't want to put in his hands. I'm also expecting YRN to potentially take away Jace, but we'll see what happens here as top and mid are available for both teams currently. As a Kayle ban comes in, not wanting to give that away to either JJustify or sorry, not just to CSEG or AR actually, okay, as both players play it. The Zoe gets taken away, so they're leaving Jace on the table here. Interesting pickup. Now we also saw Vladimir getting picked up by Cat in the game against Boosted Animals Reborn. So curious, they could also opt to go for a Vladimir Jace route. If they get both of those picks, that's a very strong combination.
Yeah,
you can flex the lane matchups as well.
And just crazy strong solo lanes in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I imagine we will be seeing the top laner get picked up right now.
I'm expecting top laner pick, maybe a Mundo or another Maokai.
I was about to say that we're getting a little error there, but we do have the Rumble coming through. You would suspect that to be...
Nope, it looks like it was a accidental
dodge.
It was a random... Like. No, it was a random pick Rumble.
Okay.
Unfortunately, they did not pick it up in time.
Yeah.
So we have the remake coming in. We will be, as we get reinvited here, it will be redone up to the exact same point.
Yeah, I think we just have to wait for whoever dodged to sign back in. It looks like it was...
just JJustify. Twitch TV, JJustify.
Yes. I was looking at the wrong lineup.
Yep, we are not sure what the pick was yet. So as we're just waiting for them to reorder, getting those LCS orders. So all the bans came through, right? We had Kayle taken away. We had... What were the bans? It was Kayle... I can't remember Kayle.
They were just... it was the Kayle and the Zoe.
Kayle, Zoe, that's right. Kayle, Zoe...
I can't remember.
I'm blanking.
I can't remember the first 3 bans.
I'm completely blanking on it. But anyways, as we go back into, we're just going to see both teams go back into it. Now, I would like... So, I'm expecting Why Are You Running to either pick up either a Nautilus or a Mundo or Maokai, as I know those to be the top 3 champions of CSEG that are available for him right now. I think the Nautilus would be a really good pickup there. It's a little safer. However, if they take either Nautilus or Maokai, you are leaving open the option to pick up Vladimir again. Right, and another matchup where there's really not a ton you can do in that matchup.
Yeah, we saw them be very effective on that in the second game we cast for Cat 1.
Right. So I was going through the motions, you know, Lucian Braum being picked up here. We have Cat 1 fans in the chat.
Yeah, lots of Cat 1 fans.
All right, so hopefully we can. I can't remember. I want to see what the bands are again. I couldn't remember. Yasuo, that's
yes.
what it
There's
was.
The
The
Yasuo,
Yasuo,
and the Kale, and
the Kale, and then the Zoe, and then the the other one.
the other one.
The
Yeah.
other one, yeah. It was, you know, it's on the tip of my tongue. I just, what was it? You know, it's right there. It's right there. It
It's
was
within 15 seconds.
It's
of my tongue.
within 15 seconds. I will remember what the LeBlanc. See, I
Oh,
knew
yeah,
it.
LeBlanc.
That's I had it. See,
It's actually really surprising to get that see that band away. It's I think
Galio
ooh.
getting locked in. That is not a pick. I'm surprised that they didn't say they could flex a top. I guess.
It'll most likely be a mid lane gal.
Yeah,
I
but
would imagine.
I don't know why you would save your top lane pick for last. It must have some sort of strat coming in. Maybe they are looking for the Nautilus and they don't want to deal with the Vladimir. They don't want to blind pick it. So maybe they're saying, you know what, we want one of these cheese picks. It looks like a Nico top maybe. So maybe that's the sort of thing they're going for. Is this the five? Oh.
Yeah, we will have to wait and see how these champions get swapped around because, like Smartest mentioned, we can see the Nico top or the Aurelia top, and like both of those are also common mid laners. So.
Yeah, I think it might be Aurelia into the Galio just for resistance purposes. Why
Yeah,
not?
for resistances.
Oh, Will, why are you running? Take the Vladimir. This is spicy.
Yeah, it's a little BM at a C6.
Yeah. Although you know Vladimir into Nico can be kind of rough early on. It does get locked in. I like it. I respect it, but your matchup into Aurelia or Nico will be kind of rough, right? Because Vladimir struggles with hard-ranged early or gap-closing champions. Aurelia having the gap-closing potential, you know, having the stun with the flawless duet to keep the Vladimir in place, force the pull, and double dash to him, or the Nico, who can just constantly even just harass with auto attacks. You know, Nico, ranged 80 carry Nico, or I guess like on hit Nico, did get nerfed pretty heavily, but it's still powerful. You can still pull it off. It's something that AFK actually likes to play quite a bit in the top lane. So I've seen it still do well. It's not nearly as, you know, pick or ban worthy as it once was, but it's still a solid pick. So, compositionally wise though, I think Why Are You Running definitely has a very intimidating composition. They have the Vladimir, they have the Galio, they have the Lucian Braum. Very dominant looking team. However, it will be an Aurelia top. As we see Cat 1, they look hyped, they look excited, they're all smiles looking over there. Glad to see it. They're pumped up, they're looking for another win here as they continue their 3-0 streak right now. On the side of Why Are You Running, looking for the upset, looking for the opportunity to end the streak of Cat 1. This team also looking super hyped, as we see Muting You looking very intense over there, just staring his monitor down. But looks like these boys are ready for a good game.
Yeah, it should be a high-intensity game of League of Legends. Let's just go over the rosters right now. For Cat 1 in the top lane, we do have Chang Yun, Japanese import in the jungle role. Our mid laner is going to be 5Fire and Tomasada as the AD carry, and Jae Young in the support role.
Yeah, and for Why Are You Running, we do have Rogue Seraph running the Vladimir top lane. Can't see right now, but we have Muting You. He looks like he will be playing Lee Sin in the jungle. They are actually AFK on the Galio mid. Jade Justify on the Lucian AD carry, and Dr. Monocle on the Braum support. So as we are waiting for the spectator delay here, I would just talk about compositionally. I am super excited to watch the mid laners.
Yeah, I think it will definitely be an exciting matchup. I think the Galio will be able to suck the magic damage from the Nico really well, but we'll see how those taunts get thrown. I'm sorry, the roots get thrown for the Nico. See how they are able to, how effective she's able to make those taunts.
Yeah. I mean, I'm actually really surprised to see AFK opt for the Galio, something that's much more defensive, right? This is a player who is like Fire, known to be mechanically proficient. So, choosing to take a step back, say, okay, you know what my team needs is a CC engage, offer the global ultimate, play around that sort of style. I mean, I respect it, but it's going to be a lot harder for him to execute off of Nico, I think. Nico is someone who ramps up really hard, has the range, has the mobility, has a lot of tools in her kit to deal with champions like Galio. So I think it'll be a rough matchup, but I'm excited to watch it. The most interesting, though, will be top lane.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be exciting to see that carry versus carry matchup in the top lane. Definitely going to be a skill matchup, and we've seen Chang Yun do some crazy top lane performances this game. I'm sorry, just today. So I'm really excited to see him on this Aurelia.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a spicy matchup indeed. Let's not discount the Lucian Braum, though. A very, very lane dominant pair, especially once they hit level 2.
Oh yeah, definitely in the strongest I'd say in the top 2 strongest bot lane pairings, the other being Caitlyn Morgana. But yeah, those are the two, when you think of 2 bot lane synergy champions that just go together well, it's Lucian and Braum. That double tap is going to activate that passive so quickly. We're going to see a lot of stuns. Yep. And I would love to see an early invade since we do have the Braum.
And let's not forget, this is now a best of 3 series. So we are no longer in the best of 1. So even whichever team ends up taking the win can't relax just yet, because they're going to have to run it back mid right after that. But as you mentioned, curious to see some spicy. And Lucian Brahms typically look for the invade. So very curious to see what happens. Although I am expecting to see some spicy invades come in as we get into game here.
If we have finally loaded in,
Yep.
people will be onto the Rift in just a second. And
This is just some quality Riot server stuff going on right now. No need to fret.
yeah, here for game 1, Cat 1 versus Why Are You Running? Going to be an exciting matchup, and we are in for game 1. Let us know in the chat if you think it's going to be Cat 1 or Why Are You Running taking this first game.
Yeah, and look, right away we see both teams hard pinging the bot side of the map, opting for the river entrance through mid.
Actually, it looks like Why Are You Running may just be setting up a 5-point. Looks like
Yeah,
we've
both teams are baited.
setting 5-point.
They were just baiting the casters.
Yeah, we got us really excited for nothing. We
I
aren't gonna
know.
get an
Both
invade
teams are
today.
spam pinging it. Right here.
We got
And
an invade.
both.
We got an invade in the first game, and that was it.
That was it. Curious to see where Lee Sin's going to start. We've seen every jungler start red on red side.
Yeah, all the red side junglers have started red today.
So curious to see if that tradition will continue. Now we see the Doran's Blade coming in from the Nico, right? So you already know that she's going to be looking to play hard harass lane, try and poke Galio out early on, see how AR chooses to respond to that. Neither team getting too much vision down, interestingly enough, yet.
Yeah, it actually looks like Muting You will be opting for the better leash and starting that blue buff.
Yeah, Cat 1 not dropping any wards yet. There is no vision in the river, and so Cat 1, interesting choice. See how maybe they're saving it for a later play.
Okay, we did just have 5 drop hit.
Did drop it up on the entrance, choosing to even wrap around. It's a good ward spot. So you see both junglers start broadside buffs. It looks like Lee Sin's opting to go for the full clear route, and Elise both going straight for Gromp and Krugs respectively.
Yeah, pings coming out onto the Lee Sin just due to laner showing away from that lead.
And here's that harass we're talking about. Look at that. Galio's already underneath 50% HP.
Oh yeah, with the damage that you get from that 3-hit passive on the W, it is just so ridiculous.
Look
So
at
many
that.
autos coming through for this Aurelia, but
That
does take a
tower
turret
shot. That
yeah.
tower shot was crucial.
Does end up evening out that
But
trade.
Vladimir started Doran children HP pot. Aurelia has Corrupted Potion, which means more sustain early on.
Yeah. So we'll see how this works out for Seasick, what he is able to do in that matchup. Galio does get rooted, press the attack still being procced on him, and he's just taken so much damage in this 2v2. I'm sorry, this 1v1. Do have the Lee Sin moving in. Will get the safeguard to the Galio, but won't find anything coming out of that.
Yeah, I think they knew Elise was in the top side of the map in the top river, so chose to not pursue that play. But still, look at that. I mean, it's exactly like what we were talking about, is that Nico is just going to harass the hell out of Galio, and Galio's not going to do anything.
Oh yeah, he's down a full wave at this point. We're only 3 minutes into this game.
And the same thing for topside. You know, Aurelia has already shown so much lane dominance.
Oh my goodness, this Nico. Anytime he's not last hitting a minion, he's autoing this Galio.
Yeah, I definitely. Oh.
Ooh, we do have muting. Ooh. Won't get the smite. Will go over to Japanese import, but this is a 1v1 that Lee Sin may not be wanting to take. Ooh, we do have Nico coming collapsing in. One more auto will do and flash out, and that will be first blood going over to 5Fire.
Yeah, definitely a solid start for Cat. Already a 1K gold lead. It's 3.5 minutes in. That is pretty significant for this early on.
Yeah, definitely building themselves early advantage. To see a 12 CS for that Nico. And plus that kill, that is an extra 15.
With blue buff.
CS.
With blue buff. So I mean, you already had such you already had such a dominant lane. Already, Nico was doing so well into Galio with that ranged harass, and now on top of that, she has first blood, is triple his CS, and hasn't backed yet.
Yeah,
and blue buff.
Thankfully for Why Are You Running, both of their other lanes are even, if not slightly ahead for the bot lane. So they do have. It's not a complete disaster. It's just a little bit of disadvantageous for their. Ooh, you see the flash call onto that Elise, and will be going down. Will take the cocoon, but actually, last turret shot will not do it. Q comes out from the Lee Sin, trying to get whatever he can. A few more autos will do it. This Nico is just trying to get out. Is invisible. Ignite goes down. Will not be able to pick him up, and 5Fire able to pick up that Lee Sin.
What a play. Yeah. That flash onto the Elise was magnificent.
Yeah, thankfully the repel was available, so Elise was able to get out of that turret range and just get out of danger for a moment. But oh my,
Nico's 3-0 now.
Yeah, that Sonic Wave from Lee Sin, great job from muting it.
Already 3-0, like 32 CS to Galio 17 is coming back with Bilgewater Cutlass. This is going to be really, really hard for AR actually FK in the mid lane.
Yeah, we did see a little bit of a nerf onto that on-hit Nico, but if it's working, it is working, especially onto the Galio, who is naturally prone, just naturally has a lot of magic resistance, very strong into the taking those magic damages. Really good to take the Bilgewater build. We do have the ultimate getting used from this Galio, just trying to survive if he can, trying to find whatever he can. Lee Sin is available. Let's take the safeguard onto the Galio, repel in from the Elise, trying to get anything she can. Cocoon does connect, but this is just a 2v2 that Why Are You Running does not want to be taking.
Yeah, we did rotate out.
Do have Lucian just trying to 1v1 the Sivir in the bottom lane. More mana onto this Lucian, but it looks like his cooldowns are betraying him. Thresh moving down, trying to connect a hood. Lee Sin coming back again. There's just so much pressure for muting you onto this mid lane.
Yeah, although 5Fire was forced to cleanse that, but one auto.
Yeah, he's dead.
Yeah.
Thankfully, he does live through that, does not get connected by that root.
But again, Nico has Bilgewater Cutlass, so she's just going to heal all this back up just by autoing minis, lifesteal. That early lead is going to be really, really hard for them to come back from. But even the bot lane, right? Like, even though you have this Lucian Braum that's supposed to be so lane dominant, I mean, Zuika and Jae Young are doing a wonderful job trying to mitigate that difference. They haven't died at all, right? They're 0-0 across the board. They're down 10 CS, but when you're Sivir and Sivir, Thresh, and Lucian Braum, that's not bad. That's kind of where you want to be at. I mean, obviously, if you win, you win.
Yeah, obviously you would rather be even or at. But like in terms of that lane matchup, that is definitely like you said, where you want to be.
Exactly, it's where you want to be. Muting you though is definitely struggling this game. You're struggling to find the Pixies, the early pressure, you know, the invade.
Tangle Barbs barely connect there, but will get the root. One turret shot onto this Nico.
And look how aggro that thing is. And Aurelia is just itching for a fight. the ult spot to come down.
Will get used. Yeah, Safeguard's, I'm sorry, Vanguard's Edge does get used by a chain unit, and he will just go ahead and pick up the solo kill.
Like I mentioned, they are counter-picked in both top and mid. You know, Aurelia doing really well into Vladimir, and Nico doing really well, well, any ranged character doing really well into Galio. Or I guess I should say ranged AD.
Yeah, one thing we need to keep in mind is Cat did almost have that perfect game in their first game that we cast for them. Thresh is somehow behind. We do have Repel coming in, but this Galio is able to connect that taunt. Unfortunately, does go down. One more turret shot would have collected the Nico, but able to get himself out.
Yeah, and look at how much pressure they're putting on this mid side of the map. It is ridiculous. Your win condition is literally just Nico now.
I feel really bad for AR actually AFK. He had to be so confused when he saw that Thresh show up because he came from behind. Like, I've never been mid lane and have a support gank me from behind me. That would be really frustrating.
Yeah, especially when your Sivir is able to play so safe. Like those mobility boots really help a lot with allowing Jaeyoung to roam across the map wherever he wants to. And the XP lead that Sivir was able to get means that Sivir now has ultimate before Justify or Monaco have it.
Yeah, since there are 2 mobility boot users on the side of Cat here, Elise being the other one, just hasn't picked them up yet. I would imagine we will see some priority onto this Cloud Drake. We do see Lee Sin coming in, will get the Warthog off, tries to get the insect.
Oh, no,
just barely does not connect that. They will barely get out. Glacial Fissure comes down, able to connect onto Jaeyoung. They have, will be able to pick up C-Sig. Very just, a lot going on there.
But in the favor of why you're running in the end, though, gaining 2 kills on Suika and Jaeyoung, whereas Cat only finding C-Sig. They will get the plates on top side, but while you're running, we'll get both a plate, hopefully, and Dragon.
Yeah, they are looking for this Dragon. Nico is trying to contest. Disguise as Elise, trying to do whatever they can, but actually will get targeted there.
This is dangerous.
Yeah, this is a really dangerous fight. I don't think that you can take this if you're wire you're running. Galio is here, but this Nico is so strong. Teleport coming in from the Aurelia. Vanguard's Edge is available, so this will be a massive fight. Dragon about 2,000 health. This just forces Why Are You Running to back out, and this will be just a free Dragon going over to Cat.
Yeah, they needed to commit one way or the other when they had when AR.
Oh, no! They do catch the hook onto the Braum. Will be going down, trying to find something onto the Lucian. Vanguard's Edge will not connect.
Good flash from Justify there to dodge Vanguard's Edge. However, muting you, still hovering in the area.
Yeah, unfortunately, Vanguard's Edge did not connect onto that Lucian, but very good aggression. Great death sentence there.
And I mean, we're just seeing again, this Nico is just able to do whatever she wants. The second Nico shows up somewhere, Why You're Running basically has to back off and give up the objective because there's no way they can contest a Blade of the Rune King Nico at 10 minutes in.
Absolutely running away with this game.
100%. I mean, look at the mid tower at 11 minutes in is already almost down.
Yeah, and while we were just talking about that Nico, actually, well, it's getting summoned now, but yeah, we did have Japanese import pick up the Rift Canal. Getting used at 11 minutes, so they will pick up. Ooh, fantastic death sentence in onto this Lucian Boomerang Blade. Oh, I'm surprised he didn't take that death sentence.
They're going to continue to push in mid here. They have nothing to contest with. We do have Braum looking to collapse.
He does connect with Q, just trying to get out if you are the Nico.
Yeah,
actually just still contesting, just smacking this. Ooh, Braum not looking to get hit by the Q. Just trying to do whatever they can to stay alive. Glacial Fissure does come down, but won't connect onto anyone.
Yeah, and unfortunately, even though Lee Sin did land the Sonic Wave onto Nico, it's not someone you want to necessarily look for the insect play on because Nico does have.
You do not want to be like Ghost of Fire right now. Yeah, definitely not where you want to be. There's a 1v3 from that bottom of the turret. Looks like this turret will most likely be going down. They do have another wave crashing in shortly. They do probably have some gold to spend, but definitely worth trying to catch this turret.
Yeah, they already have mid broken. You know, bot's about to be broken. They're gonna look to break top next. Look at where Thresh is. Wait, no, it's Nico. That's Nico.
Yeah, yeah. The shapeshifter just doesn't help the spectator.
I was confused. I'm looking at the mini map and I see Nico. I'm like, oh, look what Thresh is. But then look at the screen and I see Thresh auto get tower. And I'm like, wait a second. Wait a second. Itemization wise, I mean, yeah, I mean, look at the sheer difference between Nico and Galio, right? You have a 3.2k gold difference.
Galio only has 3k gold.
The difference between them is more than Galio has.
That's ridiculous. Yeah, definitely not a fun matchup. About 1,000 gold lead in jungle for Japanese import here. And if we look in the top lane,
again, a 2,500.
2,500 gold lead in this top lane.
Almost as much as the.
Massive. Trying to connect the flash taunt. Will just immediately cleanse it out. Lee Sin is here. Will tag Nico with a huge safeguard. Will connect. Lee Sin just trying to run away. They do use the Blade of the Rune King active, but Dragon's Rage isn't enough to keep him alive. Galio trying to get out. Will just get blocked by the Justice Punch. Yeah, tries to use the Justice Punch to get out, but fantastic play from Sivir there, able to just deny his escape.
Yeah, this could be an inhib tower.
Yeah, that was a fantastic play out of Five Fire. As soon as that taunt connected, he cleansed it.
Yeah, you know, we've talked about in the last game how much Five Fire shined through on a call. We were talking about, you know, this is the man to watch for this team. You know, Jae Young, definitely a performer, but as far as mechanical prowess goes, Five Fire was the guy to watch. And in this game, you're seeing him on Nico, and it's again, he's just obliterating this game.
Ooh, UF Sivir about to get caught out. I'm sorry. Ooh, Death Sentence will not connect. They are just trying to buy any space that they can to get this top turret down, though. Yep, top turret will go over. We are currently sitting at 4 turrets for Cat 1 right now.
Yeah, 10k gold lead, not even 15 minutes in yet. This is very, very hard. And the problem is that Cat's team scales so much harder, right? The only scaling factor you have from while you're running is the Vladimir.
And I think the worst part about a game like this where people are just running away is we have to consider that this is a best of 3, so they have to play another game after this if you're widely running. How do you keep your morale up if you're just getting beat down like this?
I think you have to say that, okay, you know what? We knew that Fire was supposed to be, you know, this mechanically proficient player. Maybe we don't blind pick Galio.
Yeah, maybe we don't pick Galio at all.
Oh, maybe if you counter something with a Galio, fair enough. Maybe you don't give him a lane where he's free to do whatever he wants.
Yeah, very unfortunate.
Right, a minute 50 seconds in, Galio was already down to like 25% HP.
Yeah, and he was down a wave at 3 minutes. So like,
Nico has over double Galio CS.
Yeah, we will be approaching a Flame Horizon at some point.
Yes, very soon, if the game's not over by then.
Yeah, if the game does not end by 24 minutes, we're going to hit a Flame Horizon.
And it was also a really good job. Like, the one thing is, you know, the roam from Nico into Muting U's red side jungle was really crucial to pick up that first blood as well, right? When we saw Luis.
Oh my god, he has 3 levels on this Galio, just absolutely beating him down. We're trying to help. Ultimate will come through, but he's in a 1v3. Cullen comes out, unfortunately won't pick up the kill, goes over to the Galio. They will connect the stun. Vanguard's Edge finally, find someone, not who she wanted to find, but will find someone. Does both the flash, able to pick up the Lee Sin. Vlad is under tower, just trying to stay alive. Let's see if Changyu will dive him. Oh, barely does not get the stun off, almost though.
Yep. And you know, just seeing the Aurelia's fancy feat was just crazy there. We saw the Dragon's Rage push Aurelia into the tower range, right? But then because Muting You stepped back towards her, it gave Changyu the opportunity to use Blade Surge back to him.
Yeah, it was just ridiculous. We are seeing how mechanically gifted Changyu is, especially on a pick like Aurelia. Fortunately, Dr. Monaco just gets popped by this this AP Elise. That Oblivion Orb already completed. Looking to move towards some grievous wounds to just deny the Vlad and the Lucian.
Yeah, I think, I mean, based off of how we've seen Cal1 play so far, this is pretty consistent. This is
Unfortunately, Lee Sin caught out, down 3 levels, will get the safeguard out. One more auto will pick him up, not able to find it. Thankfully, Firefire does not have his flash.
almost letting the hook onto Sisig there.
Yeah, that would have been just devastating.
Yeah, and I mean, again, no, it has broken a 10K a gold gap between the two teams. At 17, about 18 minutes in, it's going to be really, really hard for Wired to come back from this. They really need to somehow try and get some gold onto Vladimir. I think at this point, your only win condition you have available to you is to get Vladimir big. But when you have Nico, a ranged champion who excels at dealing with champions like Vladimir, can kite him out, it's going to be so hard for them to look for those opportunities.
I think the most impressive part about the WMAX Nico isn't the bonus damage that you get from every third auto, it's the movement speed you get from every third auto.
Yeah, it gives you that kiting potential, the mobility. That's exactly why it's so good in the champions like Vladimir.
And the Galio able to just, flash taunt will come in. They are trying to get this rally as they can. Vanguard does come out on the 3 members, trying to find whatever they can. Thankfully does get ignited. Barely saved Justify there.
That was so much damage coming down from Chang Yun, almost finding a kill onto Jay Justify. However, in the mid lane, you just have Firefire taking out objectives.
Actually does get caught out by the jungler, almost goes down here. One more auto is going to do him and goes down. But we do have, oh man.
Look at that, it forces the flash out of actually, okay. And he goes down.
What can you do if you're down 2 or 3 levels to every member on the other team?
Mid and him goes down. I mean, it's just, at this point, you have Rage Blade completed on Firefire. It is Firefire's game to win. That's because he's cloned. Question came in of why is Nico's level showing as level 8? Because Nico is currently disguised as the Thresh. So
they need to fix Spectator to account for Nico. I don't think they thought about Spectator when they added Nico.
It's supposed to show it as it does for the players. Nico getting dropped super low.
Yeah, it does get the Lantern out. Barely able to save themselves there by Fire. Able to find the death sentence. Lee Sin trying to get what he can. Okay, yeah, we do have.
So, looking for the opportunities here. I mean, Why You're Running is trying to maintain vision, but it's tough, right? When you're this far behind, if you step out, you risk getting death sentence. You can't even go check the Baron. You know they're on it. You know they're on it, but you can't do anything about it.
Yeah, they finally actually are keeping Jae Young here on the outside just to zone people away. They won't even have a chance to get shooting you close enough. Looks like he is just trying to trade for a Cloud Drake. You have the Nico all alone up to his top, and we'll find a 3-man root. Glacial Fissure down. Unfortunately ignited, so Drill goes down. O'Brelly in the backside, able to pick up both the AD carry and the support, trying to just run onto this Galio. Vlad also gets picked up, and we are just absolutely, Cat is just absolutely running away with this game.
And this will most likely be the game here, as 4 members of Why You're Running are down at this point.
Yeah, with 4 members down,
they're just going to skip past this.
Already open. Yeah, they will go ahead and just smack these turrets down. We'll be moving to game 2 in just a second.
Yeah, I mean, like we've mentioned several times already, this is basically in line with how we've seen Cat play so far. They have such mechanical prowess across their laners, they have such good execution, they have good macro, they're up for all these large objectives, they rotate really well. All around, they just play this game so beautifully. I think if you're Why You're Running, you have to reset your mentality. You have to say, okay, you know what, yes, this game might not have gone how we planned it to go, but I think you have to reset the mental, say, you know what, we can come back from this. You know, we just have to look around the pick bands to figure out, you know, what differences to make. You know, again, maybe we don't blind pick the Galio into someone who we're calling the biggest threat on the enemy team. Maybe we look to grab a top laner, safer top laner, and put mid laner on something that's a little more damage based, right? Just because of the fact that that's where the biggest contention is going to be. Or if you are going to say, you know what, Firefire is just that good of a player, we don't want to match him in carry, then you have to look to play more around topside as your jungler, right? We saw how much muting you was putting pressure in the mid lane. Not,
So
instead
much
of
pressure.
trying to get Galio back into the game, trying to get AR back into the game. But instead, perhaps, could have looked more towards the top side to get Vladimir ahead, look to get Vladimir into the game, try and get their own carry ramping up.
Yeah, they had the Lee Sin. They tried to make those early ganks work. Weren't able to find anything with those. So the early pickup for the Lee Sin was his entire purpose, to apply that early game pressure to compete with the Elise. The Elise didn't even have to come mid to punish the Galio. They did at one point, but the Elise didn't have to come mid to punish the Galio. There was so much punish just from the Tangle Barbs.
Right, absolutely. So we will take a break here before game number 2 of the best of 3, where we have the opportunity to see how Wiry Running will choose to switch things up.
Yeah, see if they
in the
will.
best of 3 series.
Yeah, see if they'll switch things up, and yeah, we'll be back in 5.
All right. Don't touch that browser.